So I was asked to do some more Molly Baz recipes. I was only too happy to oblige because I love being in this book. You should really get it. So of course I went snooping around in the book. I had this recipe saved and I cannot wait to make it. It is the charred leeks with burrata and walnut bagna cauda. How delicious does that look? This is a perfect little side dish or like a lunch. This will be my lunch. How can you go wrong with leeks and burrata? I mean, you can't. I'll leave everything that I can find linked down below in the description. Also leave a link for you to purchase this book if you so desire. I think it would be a smart decision because there are lots of goodies in this book. So I am going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, get myself together with all this stuff, and we can get started. I have this beautiful leek here, and I'm just going to do a couple things to it, prep it, because leeks are very, well, they can be very dirty vegetables. Because of the way they grow, they're more like susceptible to getting dirt in all of those layers. I'm gonna chop off this little furry end and some of the dark green part up here. I like to eat it. It's completely edible. It's just a little tougher, but we're gonna be cooking it. It's gonna soften up and it tastes really good. Then I am just going to split this guy down the middle to expose its layers. And there you got them. You can see all of these little layers in here, layers of flavor. So this is where the dirt will be hiding. I think that this one looks pretty clean actually, but I'm still going to run it under some cold water and give it a nice good pat dry because you want this good and dry and you want it good and clean. You don't want to be eating a bunch of dirt. I am, however, going to take off like that first layer or so. You can see it's kind of dirtier at the top. See, that's all in there, but keep it as intact as you can. If you don't feel confident about getting it dry, just give it a couple whacks on the counter. Just give it a couple of love taps. Leeks, good to go. I'm actually going to cut these in half again. Got a rimmed baking dish here. I'm just going to drizzle some olive oil on. Get these babies bathing in that olive oil. Rub them all around. Get some pepper on here and some salt. Give it another nice rub. And on the other side, I love leeks. They are an allium, so they have like that oniony flavor, but it is super soft and delicate and just so delicious. So now that these are thoroughly oiled, salt, and peppered, I'm gonna stick them into my preheated oven for, we'll start with 15 minutes. I just want them to get dark and caramelized and crunchy, and make sure the cut sides are facing down. This will give them a lot of the surface area on the part where it gets hot, and it's gonna caramelize, and those layers are just gonna like get all jammy. Ugh, it's gonna be good. While our leeks are getting all good in the oven, I'm gonna start my bagna cauda. And so I'm gonna need some garlic. I'm just going to, I'm not gonna chop these, but I am going to trim them up and I'm gonna smash them. It's the best way to peel garlic. Give it a light slam and the peels just come right off. And in the same step, you're smashing your garlic. Even if you're chopping up your garlic, you wanna smash it first. I feel like I read somewhere that it releases some sort of oil or something that's supposed to be better for you. I don't even know, but I mean, garlic is never bad. I have all my garlic here and they're already pretty good and smashed, but I'm just gonna give them an extra little smash. Got my anchovy paste ready to go in my little saucepan here over like a low heat because I want this to be a slower process. Just gonna throw some olive oil in here, my smashed garlic, and some anchovy paste. As this slowly comes up to heat, it's gonna sizzle away the garlic very slowly, and that anchovy paste is gonna start to dissolve, it's just gonna like turn into some sort of salty element. It's not gonna be fishy. Believe me, I don't like fish, so it's good. If I'm using it, you're good. And it's gonna just infuse all that oil. Cook this on like that lower heat for like 10-12 minutes. You know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of some red pepper flake in here. Only a little bit though. I'm not completely spicy. Switch to a fork just so that I can start to kind of smash up these garlic cloves. These are about where I want them. So to my pan, I'm going to add some butter and the walnuts. These are just some half walnuts that I just chopped up, but I left some bigger. I'm gonna keep it on a low heat for another 7-8 minutes or so, because I want these walnuts to kind of toast up and get a little crunchy, but keep it on the low heat. You don't want them to burn. Don't burn your nuts. They're where I want them to be now. They are super caramelized on the top, and the underside is nice and dark where I want them. We have all of our stuff ready. Time to plate it up. Got a little platter here. How do I do this? They're super soft and I don't want them to break apart too much. Oh, they are so good looking. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, just keeps getting better. Take a look at these and there's nothing on them. Look how pretty that is. Next is burrata. Got my little ball of burrata here. Kind of ripped it up trying to get it out of its little package. I'm just gonna rip it. Don't want too much. I want some of that green showing still. The recipe actually calls for burrata, or if you can't find it, because sometimes it is difficult to find, you can actually substitute for ricotta cheese. And if you do that, make sure it's whole milk ricotta. For my bagna cauda, just gonna drizzle some of this all over this hot bath of walnuts and garlic, just chilling. Oh my goodness. I wanna brighten this up a bit, so I'm just gonna squeeze some lemon on here. Lemon in the cut. Oh, freshly ground black pepper, some good flaky sea salts. Recipe doesn't call for it, but I think that I want it anyway. Some green onions I just chopped up, pop of fresh green, and plus a leek is pretty much a big scallion, so we're all in the family here. And I believe we are done. Look at how beautiful. It kind of looks like a hot mess, but like, I think she's super cute. I cannot wait to eat this. Here's a bit of a better look. You can see all the caramelization on those leeks. Time to feast. And now I just don't know where to go first. Gonna get some of the garlic and the walnut on there. Turning into a very large bite. It's gonna be a problem. Look at the caramelization on that. I am amazed. This dish, wow. I was expecting it to be good, but I was not expecting it to be this phenomenal. Those leeks are so soft, but the walnuts are crunchy and the garlic is so crunchy. It tastes like candy. Wow, and that cheese, oh my goodness. Look at all the layers in that leek. This is like candy too. Like I can't. Some sort of magic happens when you roast vegetables Everything that goes with this has been so well thought out. This is so good. This is so good. You must make this. Enjoy!